Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another RGL cast. My name is Jarrett, and I'm here with Space Ghost to bring you guys another season. It's season 8, and we're back coming out very strong right out of the gates. Froyotech versus Witness Gaming. A little bit of a rematch from the last match you might have seen from our streams, and happy to say that we're on a very classic map of Process this time around, which is familiar for both these teams. It was played twice in season 7, once at the very beginning, and then later off in the playoff run, and having a bit of some deja vu going back to early season Process once again. So excited to see what the outcome will be, especially with the roster changes. So seems like we have quite the night ahead of us, Space.
Yeah, I agree. It's really exciting seeing the top two teams of Highlander, then the top two teams of Sixes battle out. Really get to see some the pinnacle of talent in Team Fortress 2. And on that note, I am pretty excited to see Froyo versus Witness. We've had two great grand finals between them so far, so I like that kind of history rivalry they have going.
Yep, and if they continue the pace they've been setting so far, the past year that they've been playing against each other could be for another hype finals once again. Depends if they're able to make it this far. There are some roster changes, so of course you can't always assume things are going to be a shoo-in, but they're pretty strong nonetheless. So I guess right out of the gate, before things get underway, they're starting to funnel into the server at least a little bit. So let's talk about rosters. Gotta figure out who's in and who's out, what changed in the off season. I will go over the Witness Gaming roster. It is Logai on Medic, Artist on Demo, Ash and Laz on Soldier, Brian Sim on Scout, and Alpha has replaced Yite as the flank scout for Witness Gaming.
And for Froyotech, we have as our scouts we have Jay and Bandy. Jay switching from Soldier to Scout. For Soldier, we have Marmaloo and Mirrorman. We have Habib on Demo and May on Medic. So the big changes for Froyo being Jay switching from Soldier to Scout, and Marmaloo coming in to make his I think his Froyotech debut. I don't think he's ever played on Froyotech before, so should be a good season. Getting to watch Marmaloo and Jay on the same team. It's I think they've played on a team before, but it's definitely been a while.
Mm,
I don't know if they ever
maybe.
have. That's a good question.
It's hard to think back of how
Yeah.
many seasons they've been playing, but either way, they're a little bit of shuffle from both sides, but still strong rosters nonetheless. It's hard to think about any of these players just not being in a grand final, but we still have a long ways to go. So I think this is a pretty good showcase to see what the metric is going to be for the other teams that haven't really gotten their shot in the past year to really get to that spot. Going through the regular season, getting to your spot in the playoffs, and then still trying to make it into that grand final spot you so desire. These are going to be the teams that you're going to want to try to do well against and even beat. So it'll be neat to see which one is going to come up a little bit more on top this time around, and which is the team that might be, has some things to iron out that might, if you're lucky enough to get a match against them early on in the season, maybe this is the team you try to get your upset win against. So definitely a lot to look at here. And let's get into the map a little bit, honestly. Process, like I stated before, it's classic. Everyone knows it. There's no secret hidden tech. It's just what you're bringing to the table. And it's not something that's necessarily unfamiliar to either of these teams against each other, as well as the viewers early on in the season. Last season, I think it was a 4-3 in favor of Witness. Then the playoffs run was a 5-1 in favor of Froyo. And then, okay, scrims, they don't really mean a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. You can change stuff up and get better. It's a mode for practicing, etc., etc. For some reason, they played this map on Wednesday or on Thursday, which you usually don't play your match map early, but technically they did. And it was relatively close. I think it was a 4-2 for Froyo. So I think these teams are very fresh up on what they might be expecting out of their opponents coming into this map. And we're already going to be going into the adjustment phase right out of the gate for both the teams, I feel like.
Yeah, I think especially some of the adjustments they make since they have played the map. They have a pretty good history in this map. I think the biggest changes they're gonna have to make are just having some new players, some players in different classes in the server is really gonna everyone plays the game a little bit differently, and having Alpha on Flank Scout versus Yite, teams might have to play differently, may have different things going in. So I think on that note, how do you feel about the roster changes in terms of how both teams, how do you think they're going to fare this season with these roster changes?
It's interesting because I feel like the pickups that both teams got are they make sense in terms of filling in the role that was lost by the person who departed. Although it's kind of interesting that I feel like Froyo has probably gotten a little bit less flashy from taking Jay off Soldier, but now that Witness Gaming has a person on flank that is even more of an off-classer in the form of Alpha, they've kind of traded in terms of viewing play styles. I'm sure their strats aren't going to change, but the way that they pull off whatever they're trying to do might look a little bit different. It might be flipped, I would say. So I'm curious to see if that's going to actually be the case or if it's just something on paper that we'll ultimately ignore as the season goes on.
Yeah, definitely. And you did mention process, and I guess to kind of circle back to that one, I will say that I think I say this every time I cast process, but definitely just for people maybe who haven't seen the map, maybe it's been a while since you played on it. This map is kind of the scout map in terms of it's definitely one of the more scout dominant maps. So it kind of can make. I've seen a lot of matches on this map where you have a lot of really sad soldier stats. It's very possible, and on that note, I believe we were starting.
We are going live, so get your predictions in quick before this gets rolling, everyone. But Space, quick thoughts. What do you think?
I'm gonna say I think Froyotech just pulls out on top. I'm gonna say like a 5-3.
I'll say maybe like a 5-2 for Froyo, but we do have the mid underway. Both soldiers and Froyotech going fast, laying on top of the high ground, trying to put some damage into the choke. Log's gonna eat a little bit of it. Oh my god. Right. The Sticky's low guy does not have the health to commit. So Witness Gaming have to play kind of aggressive to make sure they can make the space for him. They're gonna give up Artist, both the soldiers down for the side of Froyotech. But it's difficult for them to continue to go on the flight unless their scouts are in the place they need to be on the high ground. Laz trying to make the space to get them knocked off, but oh, the nice rocket and arrow from the side of Witness Gaming combo of Laz and Lol. Got to make sure that Jay ends up falling. So Froyotech no longer able to initiate. They just have 3 people left alive. Brainstorm makes a save. Same with Laz jumping forward and Banny trying to do that sneak. Just headshot.
Froyo doesn't want to leave. Froyo wants to keep fighting here with Mirrorman on the fast bomb, getting it. Massive rocket into Brainstorm, gonna have to surf back. And on that note, Witness Gaming is gonna have to kind of back up their choke to get healthy, get back. But Witness Gaming, it's like they're the first ones to blink and finally give up this kind of game and chicken they were having on mid. So Froyotech are gonna win the first mid, even Ubers both sides, and we are in the kind of 6v6 scenario. And I gotta say that was both teams really did not want to give up that mid. Witness Gaming kind of gave that up at the 11th hour, I feel like.
They were teetering back and forth so much. It was Froyo and then Witness and then Jay on the move. Almost takes down Alpha, but not quite. Alpha living with 13 HP, but yeah, the mid, I think both teams, they were recognizing that they, probably need to leave, and then they were just kind of gifted something they took advantage of, and that gave them a little bit more room to continue the fight. First with, Witness almost losing their medic right off the bat, and then Banny getting that Laz kill. But
a lot of hurt players.
Yeah, Alpha will finally fall. Mirrorman finding that pick. So one player ad, it's going to mark Marvel actually going in for the sack, putting some damage on the wall guy. 17 HP, but will finally have to pop from the second soldier coming in. Going to be giving up his life, Mirrorman, but he gets Ash, which means there's not a whole lot of room for the side of Witness to actually fight this really confidently. It's a 4v4, but there is an Uber for the side of Froyotech. So they're starting to move their way in a little bit. They are opening up into the grass area. Habib taking point to try to spam with the shutter and make sure Brainstorm does indeed leave, but seems like they are able to muscle their way through for free. So this Uber is preserved, and I can only imagine, yeah, they're on the move. They're making the jump. They want to get ready to get buffed up and go towards the lobby once they get their soldiers here to begin to push into last.
Yeah, we do have Alpha on we do have a level 3 sentry going. It looks like Froyotech are going to take this lobby. He's going to bomb into the sentry, try to take it out. So, successful engineering there as we Witness they're kind of holding back in spawn actually instead of on the high ground. And we do have both soldiers going in. Big bomb in from Laz, going to land directly on Marbleu's head. Marbleu's actually going to get 2 kills up there on Ash and Laz, but Witness Gaming still trying to fight on this last.
He was on spy the entire time. He was hiding in nest. As they Ubered in, he worked his way in and got the stab. So I definitely don't think they were expecting that at all. It makes sense.
I wasn't expecting that. I'm lying.
Yeah, it makes sense why it was so slow though. Like everyone was so passive. You said it yourself that Witness Gaming was in spawn, yet they didn't have the ability to really just cap off of that, and that kind of explains why. But it still ends up working at the end of the day.
Yeah, so a pretty overall dominant round, I'd say, from Froyotech. Even though like the fights themselves were kind of back and forth, they were able to successfully parlay everyone into a thing. And Deep gonna eat massive damage early on. 2 huge rockets from Laz and a feeble, almost instantly wiped that mid.
This is very spooky for both Doe, man. Getting so low. Now Artist once again dropping to 5 and does get cleaned up this time. Marble gonna give up his life for it, and so far the high ground control by Banny. Witness Gaming trying to retake it themselves, putting the pressure on to see if they can get an upward direct, or at least some sort of room, but Laz, as soon as he jumps in the air, immediately denied by both scouts, has to run away, and it seems like Witness Gaming has kind of realized they've bitten off a little bit more thing or two. They're starting to slowly back up. Not completely. Yeah, they're seeing if anything was going to be free once again like last time, but Froyotech is not going to let that happen and go ahead and take another mid for themselves.
Yeah, May actually did have like a really small Uber out there just from healing. I think Volk, I did kind of have to bow a couple people, which it is feels a lot worse. And here comes the Mirrorman doing the delayed sack, but I actually don't see the follow-up. Let's see the off classes. Guess he's just, spotting where they are, seeing where they want to plan out for this upcoming sack. And on that note, we do have a lot of players standing in choke. We have like 5 players in choke.
Yeah, it seems like choke is definitely the play. The question is how exactly is going to be executed. It seems like Marmaloo's going in. He tries to fall back a little bit. Jay, oh, the shot from Ash. Clean up out of the sky, and that's a 2-man gone awry for the side of Froyotech. Witness Gaming, they're in a pretty good spot here. Laz has found an opening. He's not going straight for the sack, but actually looping around behind to get on a man. Lands on his head. May cannot surf that. Has to use Habib.
They're
forward, able to get on Brand Slam, and Uber's forced, and they don't even save their scout. They don't have the scout speed to go for it. Habib's just in. He's jumping forward and really ambitious, putting some damage onto the combo, but is it a little bit too much? LogEye caught out, and he does indeed die the fall from Miriam and make sure the medic is unable to escape out of the shutter. Banny putting the pressure on, gonna go ahead and back up and let Ash go ahead and live. He's not the important pick here. Gonna try to pistol him down, but not be successful. But the LogEye pick from Habib there, Habib going crazy right off the bat on this match, and that is a very important pick to make sure Froyotech stays in the driver's seat.
Yeah, that was crazy. That felt so good for Witness Gaming, but then Froyo kind of just had like a couple miracle plays in a row. First they got the not only did they get the force, but LogEye dropping Brand Slam there totally ruined any hope they had of, not only just having a good Uber, but getting out, because without that scout speed, LogEye kind of got caught in and died. So, overall, Froyotech taking advantage of some Witness Gaming miscues at the start of this match.
Yeah, and it's a pretty sizable ad too. You can definitely work with it, though. They're in lobby, not to be mistaken. And LS, he was poking around a bit, but is finally going to back off. Got a sniper gun set up from the side of Witness, and
here comes the
Pop comes through 4, immediately on the gun. Pretty typical, going over to the point, clears some stickies off. Once again, Witness Gaming relatively passive. They're all kind of in their spawn, and because there's not a Mirror Man spy this time, the Soldier's Rocket can actually blast away the stickies, help Froyotech get on that point, get the cap time rolling. And Witness Gaming, they didn't really have a way to stop it. They were unable to really get themselves onto it. So another round going in favor of Froyotech.
Yeah, they even killed the 2 people initially camping, but then the rest of Froyo just also walked on the point, and it's kind of hard to block the point when there's all 6 players kind of try to get on the point. So very good play from Froyotech. And on that early kind of aggressive bomb from Marmaloo onto Artist, going to take a bit of damage. Habib also going to get healed up the full, so both teams kind of just poking, prodding right now. I see Froyotech, here comes some 2 soldiers in the skybox, both kind of doing loopy-loops in the sky. Here comes Last do a lot of bombs left, right, and center.
Oh, Ash, 8 HP. They barely have this player advantage. He's going to eventually die, and both soldiers in the grave for the side of Witness Gaming and Froyotech. They've seen this situation before. They've noticed that there are moments where they can take advantage of Witness Gaming stepping a little bit too far, and that's definitely one of them. Yeah, got to be careful of the traps. They are a little bit low, so it's going to be hard to chase as fast. Witness Gaming is going to be able to make the retreat and maintain their Uber, but still, there's some room to be made. There are some doors that are open. Laz is not quite in IT yet. Jay's poking around. Ash is still rolling out as well, so not in position. Jay's actually getting pretty weak, but he's just in, trying to create space, making some room for the Soul to go in. It's ultimately a 2-man, but oh, actually, no, never mind. Gonna go ahead and opt to not go ahead and go with the sack. The Soldier's gonna go ahead and get out. So Witness Gaming, they're in the driver's seat, but it's not of an ambitious spot that they were once previously in the previous round.
Yeah, so Froyotech can elect to just do a 1-man and kind of chill. Here comes the sack from Lat. Gonna go in pretty deep. Actually gets Habib. That's a really big
that
pick. That can open up a lot for EBT dropping a blind. Here they come trying to milk this Uber and choke. I think they want to get through without using it. Looks like that's going to be the case for now. Although
Artist though.
Yeah, they're taking a while. Yeah, Artist is getting caught in.
Oh, he doubled back. Oh, he didn't go into sewer because he thought his team would just be in and he would get Uber on or something, but they pieced out part way. That's some big miscommunication there. Froyotech definitely going to capitalize on it. Banyan making space. Ubers have not quite been popped yet, but they are in the arsenals. Jay is going to fall, so going to be 1 person down for the side of Froyotech as they continue to fight this. Bomb from Laz. 1 miss rocket. May going to surf his way through. Laz is going to fall. May right by the pistol. Yeah, Banyan going to fall as well, so the fact that May's backed up means no heals, no survival for the side of Froyotech into that second fight. Backing up, running across the point, trying to surf away as best they can, but no scout speed. Habib will eventually fall.
Oh, look at this. This is a collapse.
They made sure that they can maintain this Uber at all costs, giving up 2, but a demo of all that, that's going to be difficult for them to really hold on. This spawn's going to get blocked, and Witness Gaming are going to be able to get their way through. It's just going to be the Uber for the side of May and friends if they want to make sure they hold on to this point.
That was massive that those scouts were able to clean up those kills, because that makes the second push so much easier on them. Yeah, they're just walking in right now. Froyotech are going to have to back up here, although they did get respawns at time that they can't fight this, and they're going to pop this Uber first, and they do get the counter pop. Danny actually going to try to run behind here. Actually, is he? He looks
trying to flash. Last dead. so far they've given up a little bit of help, but that's about it. They've gotten the last pick, which has actually bought a lot of time. They're on the move.
They're coming
in
through
through sewer, busting their way through, just barely
Oh,
all of the
they
artist
got
pipes. Yeah, got the J kill, put some damage on May, so it's hard for him to commit. Froyotech gonna be really rough for them to continue to fight this. Marbleu speed shot his way in, but already notices the fight is pretty much over and gonna hightail out of there. So valiant effort, but Artist just barely at the tail end of that, able to make sure that one clean pipe is to really able to stuff them in their tracks. So it's pretty much gonna stabilize here unless Witness Gaming feels like they want to dry. It doesn't look like they're really poised for it. And they had to wait for some people rolling out, so it's likely to kind of slow down at least a little bit here. They're looking like they might go for some sort of IT play to shove out Marmalou and maybe get like a 2-man or something in there, but we'll have to see how they adjust their sack once they get some spotting done.
Yep, look, they're all just kind of walking around making sure they're all maximum HP as possible. Maybe you get a little aggressive in choke, just trying to spam, you know, get those crit heals down. Not really too much happening right now, as Witness Gaming are taking sewer. Looks like that's where they want the sack to come from, at least where they want to get all their healthy gamers. They're actually able to pre-fire bomb from Mirrorman in, and Laz is also going to bomb it. It's almost kind of looking like they want to drive, but I think this is just a big space for their sack. Yep, here comes the sack.
Yeah,
Laz actually in.
Oh yeah,
Gets a
Habib was
beat,
playing away
beat.
from May. Yeah, he was away from May, just not in the right spot, I guess, to make sure that he was keeping himself alive. So it's going to be a very big pick for the side of Witness Gaming. Immediately, Ash coming in, trying to get behind him. Actually, a lot of damage on the band. He's going to survive at least for now, and Jay's going to be caught himself alone. Going to be a bomb from Marmalou trying to go in and make sure the Artist is indeed die. But the one missed arrow means the Artist is not saved. He will not live to continue this fight. And with the respawners from Froyotech, this war of attrition is working out in Froyotech's favor, but they have to cop dropping people. The Uber will finally come out, trying to get some damage on Alpha to clean him up. Oh, Rocket barely misses. He will be able to just barely get away. And the Uber from the side of Logai, he's not quite used yet. Laz once again getting weak, but will just barely survive as well. So Witness Gaming playing on a knife's edge, just using the HP as much as they possibly can to buy some time and some space, and they fight against the respawners, able to make sure that they maintain this Uber, and they're in a pretty good spot to try to take the first round for themselves.
And Brandslam really won that just by kind of winning the Scout v Scout ulti duo. You know, I think both Banny and Sledmish, or not Banny, Banny and Brandslam, excuse me, were very, you know, kind of healthy, and Brandslam just hit all of his shots straight up, and that kind of won the fight for them single-handedly. And on that note, we do have Witness Gaming. They are going to use this Uber ad through, and they are very far back. Look at them. They have a pyro on the gun. This gun is going down.
It finally does go down. Oh, just Sticky's down.
That was the Uber.
Yeah, the point is a little bit open. Oh, sniper shot onto Artist.
Oh, May,
no
they're
dome,
going to get May. Miss massive bomb from Laz. And then I think Witness Gaming, yeah, they're going to decide they're going to back up, you know, live to fight another day.
Logai barely chased down. They made sure as soon as they saw that they had the opening there to leave last, they took that and made sure that the medic did indeed fall. Alpha caught out, going to run out of stickies. It is just Brandslam left alive, plus some respawners going to go ahead and let him go, cut their losses. And Froyotech, overall successful hold. They've gotten themselves out of last and retaken 2, and this might calm down once again. It kind of depends. They have an alpha pick, but he's going to respawn relatively soon. Still have to wait for the scouts too, so I can only imagine it'll slow down. But yeah, it's kind of rough. It's 10%. You can't
alpha
really.
Sniper. Yeah, there we go. I figured it was coming at some point, and so here comes the patented alpha sniper. Especially on process, this is one of the more dominant sniper centric maps in terms of sniper can really just kind of win a fight for your team if he hits a bunch of shots. It's definitely way easier in this map than some other ones, so pretty excited to see what he's going to do here, if he wants to go choke, if he wants to go sewer. Looks like right now he's looking to walk around, get healthy. Gee, Alpha's standing like he's expecting a Froyo push, but nothing's really happening. He also did fire, so Froyo might know.
Yeah, if they didn't know then, they'll probably know now. He's in sewer, getting ready to take a shot, and considering where May, yeah, they're getting in spots that are pretty anti-sniper.
They heard the sound. It's a really loud sound.
Froy is also poised like they might want to rush IT eventually.
Yeah, they want to.
Yeah, they're going
I
IT
think they
immediately.
knew this was coming.
This is the league door. They're playing fast. They're immediately getting on the last. Bandy will fall. Headshot coming from the side of sewers, but the Froyotech combo is pushing into mid through IT to try to at least make some sort of chaos happen.
Out here.
Yeah, might lose Marmal though. They're a little bit spread out, so they have to be careful. Logai is on top of the crate, but they're losing a lot here. So far, the execution was not what they needed. They got on the Laz, but only so low. But Mirrorman in the corner is the play works. He gets the force. They didn't check it. They had someone go through first. Still, the play is able to work hiding in the corner. So at the end of the day, I mean, the Witness Gaming is technically going to be able to get this point, but not as cleanly as they would like. Froyotech still has something on the table to use, but Banny gonna die there. We're taking a 1v1 inside sewer and gonna fall, so that's gonna be difficult for them to really chase.
20-second respawn.
Yeah, Jay could take this Uber, but it's gonna be down a flank player if they decide to go off of it. So just try to go for the fourth. Witness Gaming jumping in on the May, who's just dancing around the control point, but so far Oh,
Well, there it
and
is.
As soon as I was gonna say it was gonna end up being all for naught, the shot comes in. It was just a distraction for the sniper to get the frag, and so far the rest
Here
of
comes
Witness
a
Gaming backing up. They have to be careful. They have no scout speed, so Low Guy has to make sure he's dancing to the best of his ability. But it's just gonna be a one-man in the form of Marmlu going in, and no dice, no force there.
Yeah, when I saw them sack, I assumed they were gonna try to make some room for Alpha to hit the shot, and I was like, oh, I wonder why Alpha didn't peek up, and then I saw, looked at the kill feed. Ah, that's where it was. Okay.
They are
So,
dangerously close.
Yeah,
I don't think they recognized how small
Oh
their
yeah,
ad was.
they didn't recognize. Still, they
Playing the
only got
reset
the
blind,
sentry though, and they actually okay, now they're getting kills. Now they got the point time. Yeah, I think Froyotech were a little they
Habib was
didn't
not
quite realize
prepared.
how big that was.
Not only did Habib and Banny almost died immediately to the Uber, they barely got out, but the big thing is Habib had no traps set up whatsoever. He had to jump away. So immediately get onto the point, because running away, get that cap time, bring him in. Very successful Uber catching them off guard. So on to another mid.
Yeah, I feel like you can tell this is kind of an early season match, because I feel like there's a lot, I'm not gonna say miscues, but there's definitely a lot more like...
There's a lot to iron out.
Yeah, there's a lot of iron out from both teams. You can tell that if we see this map played later on the season, I'm gonna expect a lot cleaner.
Yep,
And actually in the skybox, gonna land directly on. Actually gonna get a pretty early. And on that note, Witness Gaming is gonna back up. So basically a two-man back up. See if you can refight second with your spawns. But Froyotech do not want any part of that.
So far, Froy is playing really well for the mids at making sure that the soldier combo can't really find the time of day. Like, I don't think I've seen a single successful las bomb in the form of him, like, it looking like he gets to do what he wants. He's just shot out of the air and doesn't even get to land where he wants at all.
Yeah, we do have Alpha, Sniper, Brand Slam on Scout, and both medics are full Uber, so balls in Froyotech's court here to see how they want to approach this and against these off classes.
Yep, I can only imagine the first thing is going to be getting down the gun. It's really hard to... I mean, you can technically sack. You can just have the scout eat the gun and then the soldier will get in, but...
Oh, yeah, I was going to say...
Okay, that's your quote-unquote sack.
Yep,
Cancel.
good job.
Get outside.
Deep sacked. I saw Jay entered lobby, immediately ate a pipe, and I just saw the sniper like dot on the wall, and I was like, oh, someone's gonna die to that. Unfortunately for Habib, it was him. And on that note, here comes Last going in. Nice headshot rocket, but did not live long enough. And that's actually a two-man out of Last. They do get Marmlu on kind of a trade, so it's not the end of the world, but still, Froyotech might want to take advantage of this brief period they have.
Yeah, Artis is really their only spam. Bandy's trying to pistol down the gun, but it is relatively healthy, at least for now. I finally have a soldier setting up to get ready to spam it, but I think they're trying to find an angle. They will
got the
finally
gun.
Okay.
Yeah, they got the
Took him a sec.
Oh, and it's right back up.
Yeah, but it's still in the building phase. Gonna let Jay get in, but no damage on a little guy hiding in that dispenser. So Froyotech going with a two-man and not finding really anything fruitful there. So Witness Gaming, once again, opportunity to begin to poke out. It's a bit difficult because...
Alpha got off Engineer, actually, so I think they might want to try to actually push out, and...
Maybe? I mean, Habib's up this time. I mean, it's going to be pretty rough.
Yeah,
They got Laz behind, at least.
Yeah.
He's an IT.
Yeah, they have a play. Jay is staring at the other entrance to IT. Oh, Laz actually going to jump out, realizing no dice there, which I don't blame him. That did not look like it was going to go well. And right now, Brand Sniper back on Engineer, Alpha back on Sniper, so kind of all that for back to square one. And actually, Armblu's in very deep in heaven. He got headshot, I think.
Loga is just in no man's land. Everyone's dropping like flies.
Four-man.
Froyo. Yeah, they're going for the classic Froyotech 4-man. Only finding one, though? That is not really what you want to see. You want to get at least enough. If you don't get the force, at least get enough kills to where you could, find a way to get back to. That's the big thing. If you're gonna really like full man to give up two, you feel confident afterwards that you're gonna be able to repush and take it back. But with a late Habib death and even Uber's Witness Gaming, you're feeling confident. They're working their way forward. If the soldiers aren't even on high ground to really spam, they're not in position, and it's Witness Gaming that's actually gonna be able to take point and getting some high ground and pushing them back. Marmlu pretty low, has to be careful, but it's actually gonna be Alpha that ends up dying to a little bit of some rocket spam. Maybe the trap I didn't even see. But yeah, Witness Gaming, they lose both scouts. They didn't want to use for that at all, and it's gonna punish them a little bit. Dropping both scouts. No scouts to deny the incoming soldier bombs from Marmlu. A little bit weak, so he can't do a second bomb, but yeah.
They're back at the last. They don't even want to exchange.
It's probably not the way that Froyotech expected to get back to after a two-man, but
yeah,
they technically have gotten, and Mirman's on the move. On the low
There's the force.
There's a proof above his head. He can't surf that, has to use.
Yeah, at least they get two out of it, but not ideal if you're Witness Gaming there. It looked like it was all going so well for them, and then Froyotech manages to roll 2 scout deaths into 2 points and an Uber force.
Yeah, probably didn't expect that was going to be the way that it was going to go down, but hey, I mean, if free point, you'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah. I was fully expecting Witness Gaming to take mid there. Like I was like, oh, okay, Witness Gaming should have this. There's no way for Froyotech
Yeah.
salvages this, and there they go.
I mean, at least maybe like an Uber being like sometimes you see like
Yeah,
really
yeah, like
really
yeah,
aggressive like 4v6 like Chad Uber exchange, but it wasn't even that. It was just them getting picked off from
yeah.
I don't know miscommunication about where you were, but immediately going in with their little bit of an Uber ad working in onto the gun, immediately taking that down, clearing off the point. Oh, headshot onto someone. I didn't even see what that was. I think it was maybe Habib, but the bomb's coming in.
Oh,
The
they're so
soldiers trying
hurt.
to clean up, getting on Vandy and Habib.
They
So
do
two
get low
down.
guy,
They
though.
got low guy, so it's gonna
Marble
be
coming in from behind, shooting players in the back. He isn't going to manage to hit the air shot, but he does manage to walk on the point, so Marmalu's clutching that for Froyotech, and they're actually going to go 3-1 in this half. That was
I
a
mean,
really big play there, coming from, just dropping that from heaven, and nobody shot him.
yeah, they just were completely distracted. I guess they've completely went really hard on Habib and May. Or I think it was Habib and Bani they
That's Habib
killed.
and Banny, yeah.
Yeah, this really went over towards their 5 area to try to make sure they got those kills, and they got them, but it kind of left some areas neglected. So it's a little give and take. But at the end of the day, 3-1 for the side of Witness Gaming at the end of the first half. We can take a little bit of a look at the logs and see what the story tells there. Anything immediately pop out to you?
Looking at these logs, I see Mirrorman 12 and 6, and top damaging, so good job on Mirrorman, although how much of that is Spy? Okay, even without Spy, he still had a massive game, so
Yeah, he had
ignoring
like
that.
one spy kill.
Yeah,
Whatever.
like Habib got his top damage robbed from a singular spy stab, but that's the way it goes. I do see
Yoinked.
though, yeah. So Witness Gaming has more kills and less damage, and Froyotech it's kind of the
Yeah,
overall damage stats are a little weird in that regard.
it's hard to really look at kills when you're in a situation where
There's a lot of sacks.
you're always on the back foot, and these teams will do 2-mans, and Froyotech did a 4-man to try to break into
Yeah,
you know into the last. So if a team is willing to throw so many bodies at you, it's gonna allow you to collect multiple kills and kind of skew things. But I mean, it's not even skewed like that badly
yeah.
for a
Also,
three for a three
yeah,
to one.
yeah. Shout out to Alpha with the clean 6-0 on Sniper in 5 minutes. So Alpha Sniper definitely still got it.
It's definitely going to be very beneficial. You definitely have to play to your strength if you're side of Witness Gaming here. You got to take what little bit you can and kind of figure out what was the successful part of the first round and continue to try to play off that. But really, I, we always go back to this. You got to win a mid if you really want to start super strong. If you don't win a mid, you don't start the game on your half of the map. So really, I feel like that's the first place that
Yeah,
a
Froyotech did
team
go
would really
4-0.
talk about. Yeah, I mean there were a lot of close mids when it
Yeah, they're
came to
close, but yeah.
teetering back and forth, like a team was winning and then all of a sudden one kill, little mistake, and then oh, player advantage for the rest of the mid. But
Yeah.
at the end of this, Froyotech still takes it. So uh, you get more opportunities to try to go for, you know, we see a lot of points taken in succession. I feel like this game. There's been
Yeah, it's very
a couple.
snowbally.
There's been a couple stalemates, sure, but overall we've seen many moments where it's like, oh, there's 3 points right there.
Yeah. I feel like
So
that's a process because once you get that advantage that you can work off of, it just kind of steamrolls through multiple points just because of the map geometry. And I will say, I I I think a lot of those mid losses for Witness Gaming, they aren't total catastrophes. It's not like Witness is wiping it, right? They're usually backing up the whole second or backing up the whole last for Uber. So it's not like they're wiping on mid, but as you said, yeah, if you starting every single game outside of mid basically on your side of the map, it makes it a lot harder.
yeah, I think the big thing, at least from a viewer's perspective, I think it comes down to the high ground control of the crates a little bit. It
Yeah.
snowballs from there because uh, Froyotech, I think, are so far having more success keeping their scouts on the crates for longer periods of time. And that's why the comment I made a little bit ago about like I haven't really seen Laz be able to like find a way to get in without just getting completely screwed by one of the scouts. It makes sense because if their scouts are just always on the crate, you're never gonna have an opening. You kind of just have to jump and get shot and be like, oh, at least I was distraction. Maybe I can hit a direct on this guy and you'll get this guy instead of bombing the demo or whatever, right? So it can kind of you got to figure out the one problem and then work backwards. Really,
Yeah.
then
I feel like the
go from
biggest
there.
issue. I feel like the biggest issue with Witness Gaming, or not with Witness Gaming, with Froyotech right now. They're playing a relatively clean game overall, but I think the biggest issue is that somehow like these sacks are getting Habib of all players, which I feel like other than the medic, Habib is the worst player to have die in like when people are trying to sack. So I feel like if Froyotech can clean that up, they'll have a really dominant half because that's
Yeah.
because I feel like that's the only thing Ash and Laz are really able to get is just like Habib.
Yeah, it's very important, even in, like especially during stalemates, for there to be synergy between your demo and your medic, because your medic will want to play passive, or at least passive enough to not like get forced easily, right? Which means the demo can only get so far to get healed. So if Habib goes forward, gets shot a little bit too much, he's a prime target for, you know, a bomb to die in a single rocket. So that's so far that's been the case, but we'll see how both teams have adjusted as we are starting the second half of this match. Is so far 3-1 in favor of Froyotech, beginning the 5th mid of the game.
Yeah, I'm watching an artist right now, and it actually is going to eat the funny ornament. So he's going to eat damage, although Habib actually going to drop down at 36 HP, very low, standing still for a boat, does manage to get it, but Marmalou going to maybe die. Oh, they're so hurt. Look at the flank.
The high ground.
Yeah.
It's the high ground story. All of, well, not all of Froyotech, but all of Froyotech is just on the high ground. They can only do high bombs, and to do that, Laz had to give up so much of his HP. He's almost dead, waiting for an arrow behind the rock. And Witness Gaming, they're trying to find some sort of fight, but Ashes are going to fall on the ground. Marmalou pushing forward, and might be a little bit more.
Artist might be caught out.
Surf a little bit of damage.
He hits a passive pipe, so at least he traded himself out, but still lost 3 in the mid, only lost J. Froyotech actually going to go forward. They're going to go let Marmalou go back to cap, and yeah, Froyotech, another mid win, so 5-0 on mid so far, and yeah, you're right about the high ground. Even though, like, the Froyotech flank, both Marmalou and Jay dropped down so low during that fight, but it just didn't matter because they weren't in a position, you know, Witness Gaming just couldn't clean up on the damage, so they were just right back in it after a couple seconds.
Yeah, I take glances, bird's eye view, zoomed out, looking at a bunch of different things, but I should be able to take glances and like see a couple moments where like, oh yeah, there's a Witness Gaming scout on high ground, like ready to like challenge the crates. I just never saw that.
Yeah.
So it makes the question, what's preventing them from doing that, and how do you solve that? Is the demo? Is it the soldier spam at the very beginning preventing the demo from spamming it? Like, you gotta find a solution.
Yeah, we're looking at Marmalou trying to make some space in lobby. I see a lot of floor stickies going right now, and Jay's actually managed to work his way through one, gonna try to get in, gonna eat a pretty nasty rocket immediately. They do get the dispenser, so dispenser down, hashtag worth, I suppose. Scout for dispenser trade, and looks like it's only gonna be a one-man right now. Last gonna try to make some room out of lobby, but I feel like second out of process last is so hard. I feel like of all the points, process last is one of the worst to try to like sack out of, personally.
Yeah, it can be really difficult because we want to, as a team, distract a bunch, but it's kind of hard.
It's hard.
And all the doors are kind of split, so it's too easy to accidentally trade. So, but
there comes Marmalou. Marmalou in, already in, gonna.
Oh, he's stalled by level 2.
That was level 3 doesn't knock him up, I think, as much. That was a level 2 knockup for sure.
Yeah. Even Uber still, but Jay has respawned on Sniper, so it seemed like that's gonna be their method of trying to break into last. He's scoped up on Shutter. They've favored like peeking Shutter.
Alpha
so much
peeking
Witness.
lobby, and is spot on Sniper. So we do have the J versus Alpha Sniper duel. We'll see you know, Alpha. I think Alpha played Highlander Sniper way back in the olden days and actually won on Sniper. So we have to see the Alpha Highlander Sniper experience versus the J being J diff. You know what I mean? It's it go either way.
Well, Mirrorman's almost dying to the Sniper. He's actually
he's getting bombed though. Alpha kind of alone, gonna get
Agreed.
cleaned up, and Ash gonna die to Jay. So that's a 2-man out of blast. Not what you like to see. You know, Froyotech definitely gonna do something off this.
And with the opening, oh, Habib,
he traded for the gun.
Greedy a bit. He trades for the gun. That's really not super worth though.
We got the base cannon.
Oh yeah, the revenge crits. Immediately Marmalou taken out, but Artist dying as well. The Uber will finally eventually come out and are unable to hold onto those doorways, and he's out of there.
3 off of that, and Jay's still on Sniper, so if they want to try to get aggressive, they might want to try to, although the spawns are coming out, I don't think they're it looks like they're just going to luck the whole blast through the set, although Ash going to go and get airshot headshot by Jay, so Jay kind of establishing his dominance on Sniper, and Laz actually going to fall too, and that's really not what you'd like to see, because now Froyotech are pushing into a 4v6 with Ubered.
Yeah, this is immediately going in right onto the trying to find the gun. There is no gun. They've swapped off, so just go ahead and try to collect the kill
there's
spot from Brandsam down to the Sniper. Artist just stuck in the Shutter, got a soldier on the cap, and that's a pretty easy point to take when taking a 64 Ubered. That was a
yeah, those I feel like some of Witness Gaming might have want to push out last, and some were definitely not ready for it, and they kind of just those 2 players dying that really spelled in for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laz went into IT and it just kind of made him stuck, and then Ash tried to bomb and got headshot, and then all of a sudden both your soldiers are pretty much just dead.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Going into another mid, we'll see if the high ground dilemma continues, but trying to spam out the other team at the chokes the best of their ability. Witness Gaming Scouts at least pass
Artist is getting pressure across the point now. Both Froyotech soldiers actually gonna bomb forward, make a little space, and I see 0 Witness. Oh, yep, they're still not on the high ground. I'm watching the crates. There's no 0 crate players.
Yeah, you have one scout hiding. There's something for them to work
Okay,
block
okay,
up.
that's
Okay,
the play
yeah,
then.
okay, no, he's dead.
Yeah, NT, but yeah, Windows Gaming still have not figured out the high ground conundrum. Still working on it, and they are gonna hold second at least. So it's
Yeah, they
better
got
than
the Uber.
yeah, it's better than the last ones. They got the Uber. They're on second. They're only really down alpha, so it's basically like they sacked out a second. Here comes the Marmlu and big ball onto Brinson. Marmlu's actually look. He's so healthy. Oh my God, Marmlu.
The upper direct too on the Laz, that killed him too. That killed Laz, the upper direct, and Marmlu going in for the salvage onto Arts as well. Just continuing the train rolling. The soldier combo from Froyo is on fire tonight, and Nash will clean up the backline from the side of Jay. It's just the local line alpha. I mean, they're hiding at least a little bit, you know, trying to make sure they don't get forced.
Just walking at them.
Yeah, they don't want to. I don't think they want to be in spawn because they don't want to get spawn camped. But their Uber will finally come out. Laz will be the person that gets spawn camped. They're trying to at least block the cap to make sure they can't unflash or anything. Make sure they're near the doors. Yeah, they're finally able to get through at least a little bit low by dipping into the spawn. The rest of the team busting out. Habib a little bit low, gonna die. And oh, Froyotech, it's not shooting from their witness, but they're trying. Oh, the pain train, Marblue pain train though.
Oh, I thought I was waiting in my mind. I was like, ooh, I wonder if he's gonna pull it out. And that's a GG. That's a pretty clean 5-1 from Froyotech overall. Although I must say, I think they went what 6-0 on mids. That's pretty dominant.
They went 6-0 on mids.
Yeah, it's hard to win process if you lose every single mid. That's definitely a
I think it's hard to win any map really.
Yeah, any map really. But Windows Gaming, I think they put up a good attempt, but you're gonna have to go back to the drawing board on process mids for sure.
Yeah, so we'll see how this this changes throughout the season. I'm sure it's not the last time you've seen a team play process. Even if you have like a not so favorable night on it, it's a classic. So we're likely to see it again. The question is how soon and what will change. So I guess you'll probably take a little bit look at the logs or even the combined logs to take a peek at things.
Yeah, Brandslam has as many kills as the rest of his team combined, which is not ideal.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense if your team's kind of on the back foot and like the only kills you can get are when Ubers happen. But it's
we do see sad soldiers.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like I was Laz. I couldn't see him get like a single bomb off. Every time he went into the air, he got immediately denied by a scout. He didn't have any space to really do anything. It's like I said, it snowballs real hard. One little thing just makes the rest of your team unable to really play as efficiently as you need to. And when you play at this level, you need everything going almost perfectly.
Yeah.
So, but Jay is he popped off 100% tonight.
If there's any doubts on the J Scout, let them be put to rest now. That the J Scout is just as scary as J Soldier. People a lot of people are like, oh, Jay's an X Factor in Soldier, but Jay's an X Factor in any class he plays really. So yeah, the J Scout is something to be feared.
Yep, definitely proved it tonight.
Yeah,
so the one thing that's I guess there's no says there's no deaths for the medics.
Yeah, I think they both just little guy likes to play passive and just live, and I don't think May got really shot at. That
I guess is that the medics just didn't die.
I don't think they
during
got shot
the post round either.
Does that count post round?
Maybe it. I don't know.
I don't think it counts post round.
I don't think I've ever seen two. Well, I guess this isn't combined. Is the thing.
Yeah,
that's why it's easy to see it. It's just the 2 rounds that were played. So I guess it's not a huge deal.
I feel like if there were any 2 medics to like both go 0 and 0, in a game, I feel like these would be the 2 medics to do it. Like,
yeah, that'd be crazy though if you think about it. Like, just your medic never dies. He never dies in post round, even if logs like did or didn't count that.
Yeah,
it'd be kind of wild.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think most of the last pushes that they lost, Volkai was just kind of sad and in spawn because it was either that or he runs out and dies instantly. There was kind of a lose-lose situation there for him.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you just run out anyway. Just like shoot me and not my teammates because at least they have guns and can like kill people on the point. But just didn't really work out. There's combined logs. Okay, so we can get a little bit of a story on what the overall match. That's still a low death count.
Yeah.
For a 5-1 game, that's a lot of gameplay played. I mean, I guess that some of the rounds are like relatively swift.
Yeah, like he ran away every mid, so he never died on mid. And if he's in spawn on last, his only deaths are going to be in transitions.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense in hindsight. You really think about it.
Yeah.
It's just on paper. It
is weird on paper.
It's weird. It's not. I don't think it's very normal to like see that. But
yeah, shout out to Mirrorman though with the top damage on process of all maps. So that's pretty impressive, honestly. 15 and 8 on pocket, top damaging on process.
That's also not very normal. I mean, it can happen, but
yeah, just I feel like you can really see Mirrorman kind of evolve from compared to his first season. I feel like Mirrorman is such a I don't think even Merriman was bad his first season of Froyotech, but he's just so good now.
Well, we do have Habib here. Hello, Habib. How's it going? Anyone
Yo,
else coming, or are you
what's
just
up, gamers?
Oh, there's
Oh,
Manny.
there's
I
Mirrorman.
got a Merman and a Banny
Ooh.
I
joining
got
me
people on
tonight
the
for
way.
that post-game interview. You know what I'm saying? Young Froyotech off the W. Gonna be flying out in 2 days.
True.
Yeah.
True.
All right. Well, congratulations on your victory, as always. You know, when you go into a season right off the bat, it's rough, at least in my opinion, to go and it's like, oh, we got a hard match right off the bat. You still have kinks to iron out. You just made a little bit
Yeah,
of a
for
roster
sure.
swap.
For
So
sure.
when it comes to that roster swap, it hasn't been too long, but what are your initial thoughts about trying to make everything groove together? Do you think you figured out the things that need to really change to make sure the team's operating the way you need and want it to?
I'm gonna let Banny
Sure.
handle that.
Yeah. So we have. I just actually just saw the tweet that I posted about the roster change again today. It was like 2 months almost so far that we've had this roster, and we've been practicing pretty hard. We've been doing the Froyotech thing, making sure everyone's on the same page and really getting into their roles and stuff. And so, but honestly, it's been really natural. I think Jay, he's played Scout previously, but he just was pretty quick to adapt to the role. Marmalou, obviously a very experienced roamer, and Mirman has already played pocket and roamer for us, so he knows the system. So everything's kind of just been working pretty well. It feels kind of normal, it just feels like another Froyotech team to me. I've been really happy with the roster so far. Everyone's like playing really confidently, making big plays, and sometimes I can just sit there and be cozy and do very little, and we still win decisively. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, that was a pretty dominant match overall. I'd say you guys didn't lose a single mid. Overall, even if you were losing some of the fights, you still managed to snowball those into round wins anyway. So who cares?
Yeah, yeah. The mids went well for us. I think Witness Gaming. I don't know. Obviously they just had a roster change, but I don't know if like losing last season got in their head or something. But I feel like they've not been playing the way they used to. So something there is just different. The mids especially used to be one of their biggest strengths, and it feels like right now that hasn't been the case. So, we'll certainly take advantage of that, but you know, I did notice that.
I guess I have a question for Marmalou. It's always a little bit different when you especially after a break, and join a new team. Every atmosphere is a little bit different. What were your maybe you've already speaked about it like in other places, but so far going into now official matches, what are your thoughts on the way that your role fits into this team compared to other teams you might have been on in the past? Any different? Any better? Any worse? What are your initial thoughts?
Get carried by Jay.
That's pretty much it? Just get carried by Jay?
Yeah, I jump in and then everyone else kind of comes in and wipes them.
He did have 70 act. It's kind of crazy.
He's kind of the goat.
That's true. That is the rover special. Jump in and everyone else dies.
All right, well, I guess an important thing, even besides the match, is got the upcoming LAN this weekend. Any thoughts about how? I mean, you can't reveal anything. It's important as I would say going into like playoffs runs. You can't say too much, but anyone have any initial thoughts about the LAN and what you're looking forward to, or any like basic general mindsets you might be like thinking about as a team when it's a completely different environment compared to online?
Yeah, I'm actually at the land center right now, and I'm gonna be here every day this week, making sure that everything's squared away, and making sure that I am prepared for the upcoming event. But I mean, for us, in terms of preparation, we actually have a lot of good scrims coming up against other top teams. We're not, streaming, so we have extra time to focus and can really put the extra polish on our strats and our team play. So more or less, we're just going in, make sure everyone's on the same page, letting everyone get into their groove, and we're gonna play LAN. Hopefully the same way we're playing online. Just confident and all playing together. That's just what we do.
I guess one question I forgot about Mirror Man. process soldier. Sometimes you find your stride. Other times there's plenty of times where a soldier player will say, yeah, process, I make space for my scouts and demo. That's about it. But you actually had a pretty good game. You went like net positive in kills, and you top damaged the server, which I mean,
You
it can
did.
it can happen, but it's not necessarily like a staple thing you expect when it comes to a process match. So do you have any thoughts about what were some of the things that led to the success you got for this match?
Yeah, I let Jake carry me.
It's kind of the trend of this
Deja
season,
vu.
you know?
Yeah, noticing a pattern.
When Jay makes space for me, then I get to get the kills instead of vice versa. It's very nice sometimes.
Yeah, when I do 50, Jay usually gets the
I,
kill
I
as
looked
well.
at, I looked at my scoreboard, saw that I was 4-0, and then my brain shut off. So then Jay just took care of the rest after that.
Yeah, it was
Well,
like
it's
6 and 3, and then half ended 7 and 14. You know, it happens.
Well, that's a perfect transition to if you had to pick someone on your team who would be the MVP of this match. That goes to everyone. I think I expect a couple answers so far to be the same, but
Fuck it,
We
Mei
could-
Hyunpei.
Yeah, we
No,
can probably
Mei
just.
Hyunpei.
Oh,
Ooh.
we can.
They
Yeah, we
played
can
well.
give it to Jay and to May. You know, I think they both did well. Obviously, you know, the one round that they got was off of a
The
surprise.
one sniper dorp
Yeah, it happens.
after they'd already double
but
sucked.
I don't think that's you know, May's fault. We probably should have had that pressured, because like I said before, you know, the mids were going well. A lot of that was because May was surviving and playing a really solid game, and Jay, you know, hitting the snipes as well. You know, winning us rounds. So what goes around comes around. You know, you live by the sniper, you die by it. By the way, my team needs to join my server so we can scrim.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we have another
Yeah, we
script.
got
Oh.
scrims. We got
oh,
scrims,
okay. We'll cut this close. We'll cut
Yeah,
it short then. All right, let's do quick shout outs before we go ahead and end the stream. You guys can go back to your next scrim.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I guess I'll go ahead
Yeah,
then.
you start first.
Shout out to everyone who tuned in and who's you know, excited to follow the upcoming season. Shout out to everyone that's coming to LAN this week. You're going to see Froyotech, Witness Gaming, Like a G6, and others. There's going to be 11 teams. You can find more info. Let's see, there's a post on the RGL forums. Go track that down. Get some info there. There's going to be an update post coming soon. But yeah, be sure to tune in. There's going to be streams probably on my channel and some others. There's going to be also the opportunity for you guys to support the LAN. If you want to donate, you can go to donate.resup.gg. You can also buy some merch at shop.resup.gg.
Yeah.
All of that supports the upcoming LAN to make it, you know, even more prestigious and exciting for the teams competing. But it should be a good time. I hope you all, yeah, just tune in. And if you can make it in person, we look forward to seeing you there. Besides that, just thanks to you know, my teammates for a good game, and to Exa and Reno for their work also preparing for the LAN.
Anything from you, Habib?
Oh,
Yo,
shit.
shout outs to, you know, you and the space ghost and the dolphin, killing it as usual on the cast. Shout outs to the viewers, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs to my teammates, shout outs to WG, you guys, good game. See y'all at LAN. There's gonna be the Froyo X20B banger. People will be throwing up. And yeah.
Marmalou?
All right. Shout out to Jay for carrying me this season in LAN. Zilly, gonna miss you, LAN. Brandon, miss you, LAN. And most importantly, shout out to Nick Corsa,
Of course.
the absolute goat.
What about you, May?
Shout out to the production crew. Shout out to RGL, of course, and shout out to the people that are orchestrating the LAN. This is gonna be a lot of people's, like, especially an invite. This is actually gonna be a lot of people's like LAN debuts, just because it's like the fucking pandemic was so long that a lot of people that have risen to the top in the time in between actually haven't been to a LAN yet.
The new blood.
Like a lot of probably G6, this is probably going to be their first LAN. A lot of the other teams, this is going to be their first LAN. So it's going to be a big one, and I'm really looking forward to it. So shout out to everybody who put it together and everybody who donated to the prize pool.
Mirror Man?
Shout outs to the people who are fans of us. Thank you.
Woohoo!
Concise. All right. What about you, Space?
I'm good. Let them get to their scrim.
Thanks everyone for watching. This was Froyotech versus Witness Gaming. For more casts, there's a land. It's a little bit wonky. People have to get on flights. It's hard to schedule things. I don't know if there's going to be a cast on Wednesday or Thursday. I guess we'll see what gets scheduled, but nonetheless, they'll still be high on Mondays. So that's always something you can bank on. But for tonight, that'll be it from us. I've been Jarrett, casting with Space Ghost with Dolphin on production. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
Peace.
Peace out, guys.